Story time. So, about 3 years ago during the summer, I took a job as a traveling door-to-door salesman. I basically sold children's books, educational software, the whole 9 yards, the whole shebang. And needless to say, I wasn't very good at it. Now, I was good with like getting to talk to people, but when it came to actually like making the sale, I just sucked. But needless to say, I had a lot of stories from that summer because it seemed like every single day there was just a whole new adventure just lurking beyond the trees. And I just had to go and find it every single day. I had to cut down a tree. I had to pull up the adventure, read through the guidelines, press a few buttons, and bam, I'd be on my way. So there's one glowy, flowery summer day in Raleigh, North Carolina. I was making the trek between the two neighborhoods, the two hills, as I called it. Now there was Mordor, which was this ugly old neighborhood, and then there was the Celestial Kingdom. And I was Christian, having to travel with my backpack of so many things from Mordor to the Celestial Kingdom. And it wasn't an easy trek. It wasn't an easy climb. It was about 2 miles, a stretch of highway right between the two interdimensional cities. But I did it every single day because I had to go back and forth trying to sell this children's crap everywhere. And this one day I was just traveling back and forth for the fun of it because I wasn't doing very good in the sales department. But as I was traveling along this busy stretch of highway, headed to the Celestial City with my trusty old backpack on my back, I ended up finding this girl who was coming, straight towards me. She was head on. We were about to have a head-on collision, but she was carrying something. She was carrying this big, huge kennel, like a dog container. But she was just lugging it around, like this dainty girl carrying this huge dog container. So, being the friendly gentleman that I am, and since she was kind of cute, I said, "Excuse me, ma'am, what do you have there?" I didn't want to be rude. Yeah, you got to ask. And she says, "Hey, how are you?" She sets the kennel down, completely neglects my question, and just starts a conversation with me. I was okay with this because, like I said, she was pretty cute, and, I had nothing better to do. Celestial Kingdom could wait for the time being. So I said, "I'm doing pretty good." I told her about what I was doing that summer, selling children's educational books and software. Told her where I went to school, all that. She happened to be away from school, like summer break. Go figure, because it was summer. And she says she's working at a coffee shop. I should come on by. So I'm like, oh, cool. But I still haven't gotten to the point of question that's lingering in my head. What is in the frickin' dog kennel? So I ask her again. "So what do you have there?" Because there was this little piece of fabric that was covering the front, so you couldn't really see in, and it was just this huge mystery as to what beast she has behind that sheet. So I said, "What do you have there?" And she said, "Well, this is Frankie." I said, "Frankie? I'd like to meet Frankie." Turns out, she lifts the sheet. It turns out to be this 80-pound desert tortoise, about yay big, like the size of a freaking trash can receptacle lid. That thing was huge. And she asks me, no joke, she asks me, "Do you want to pet it? Do you want to pet Frankie?" And I'm thinking to myself, how the frick do you pet a desert tortoise? So I calmed my nerves. I figured, if a cute girl's asking me to pet a freaking desert tortoise that happens to be her pet, I might as well go for it. So she opens up the kennel door and I start gently caressing this tortoise's shell. this huge freaking desert tortoise, and I'm petting it. I'm brushing my hand back and forth, and it's purring. It's like as I'm petting it. I'm like, this is really weird, but it's a good thing we're on this highway and I'm heading to the celestial city. So whether or not she invites me to her coffee shop, whether or not I go, I'm petting a freaking desert tortoise, I'm talking to a cute girl. This is a good summer. So she keeps talking. She's one of those, where she's got a lot of things to say, and I'm one of those who I got a lot of things to hear. I'm a pretty decent listener. So I'm listening, I'm petting Frankie, stand up, make eye contact with her. You got to make eye contact, and I'm listening intently, doing the whole nod and everything. She's telling me about how why doesn't she give me her number? That way I can meet up with her at the coffee shop. And she was telling me about the church she goes to. Things are looking great. So she gives me her phone, and I'm putting in my number, when out of the corner of my eye, my little eye that deceives me so well and breaks my little heart, I see Frankie slowly start to move towards the edge of the cage. I don't think anything of it because, this is a freaking desert tortoise. If he does something, he moves the speed of molasses. But without batting an eye, this little eye corner sees Frankie leap out of the freaking dog carrier and book it across the highway of doom. So this Frankie is about to try to make the most dangerous trek of his life, and he just books it. I have never seen a turtle move quicker than that turtle did on this summer day in Raleigh, North Carolina. Because this guy was moving about the speed of light. It was like from point A to point B in 0.4 seconds. He would have given an NFL running back a run for his money in the 40. This guy was booking it. Like, I didn't even have time to react. He just leaped off of the little curb there and started racing across the highway. All of a sudden, this girl, who we'll call her Ashley from now on, Ashley is insane. She screams out Frankie and starts to run after him. I'm like, this girl's going to get herself killed. So I grab her from getting killed in oncoming traffic as Frankie's running across the highway. This huge truck comes by, and things aren't looking good because it honks on its horn. Ashley's trying to wriggle out of my strength in my arms as she cries out to Frankie, and the truck freaking creams the turtle. Just wheel to shell, smacks it right in the center of its back, and all you hear is just this huge crack, and then suddenly half of its shell is flying towards us and lands pretty much near our feet, about 3 feet from the curb. And Ashley just breaks down. She loses it. She starts crying. She falls to her knees and just is bawling on the side of the road to Celestial Kingdom. And I don't know what to do, so I run out into the middle of the traffic when it's clear, of course, and I grab the sad remains of Frankie and I bring him to the curb. And so now I've got a dead turtle, a half of its shell, and a crying girl in a distress, and I don't know what the heck to do because she hadn't even fully put my number in her phone. She takes her phone and the whole ordeal. She starts crying on my shoulder. I don't know how to comfort her. The turtle died right in front of us, and I couldn't do anything. And so I ended up calling the Animal Protective Services, and I got someone out there to come take care of Frankie, and I never saw Ashley again. So, moral of the story, if you're ever traveling between two roads, don't let the turtle die. Don't let it die.